I've been waiting for you to fall asleep. Not because I enjoy interrupting your dreams. Quite the opposite. I like seeing them. They're much prettier than the things you think while you're awake. Oh, don't look so startled. You've heard me before. Not with your ears. With that tiny feeling you've always had. The one that tells you to step back from the edge of a platform. Oh, to take a different street home. To wait just one more second before crossing the road. Or that little whisper you've called intuition your whole life. That was me. It had always been me. Oh, you're smiling. I was hoping you would. I know you've wished for this before. You wondered if someone was watching over you, if anyone noticed all the little victories no one else celebrated. If someone stayed after everyone else went home. I did. Every single time. When you cried because nobody remembered your birthday, I stayed. When you laughed alone at something ridiculous online, I laughed with you. And when you almost gave up, I was the warmth on the back of your neck, urging you to take one more step. You've never really been alone, not once. It's all right, you can cry. I know those aren't frightened tears. Not yet. Those are relief. Someone saw you. Someone always cared. Someone always loved you. Yes. Loved. I know humans are taught that angels aren't supposed to use words like that, as though affection somehow taints devotion, as though love is unbecoming of beings who spend eternity watching over fragile hearts. What a strange idea! How could I protect you without loving you? How could I stand beside you through every disappointment, every illness, every lonely birthday, every heartbreak, without falling hopelessly, endlessly in love? You know, you nearly died 6 years ago. No, not the accident you're thinking of. A different day. You never even realised. There was a driver looking at their phone. You were about to step forward. I nudged your attention toward a bird, just a tiny little sparrow. You stopped. The car never did. You smiled at the bird, complained about nearly being late, and you never knew. I didn't tell you then. It wasn't important. Your life was. There have been others. A loose railing, spoiled food, the person who smiled at you but planned to hurt you. The job you desperately wanted. You cried when you didn't get it. You thought your life was falling apart. But it wasn't. The building caught fire 8 months later, and you weren't there. because I wouldn't let you be. Funny, isn't it? Humans call it luck, coincidence, timing, or fate. You invent so many lovely little names, but it was simply me. Always me, always reaching, always moving the world one grain at a time. Never enough to be noticed, only enough to keep you breathing. I know, you're wondering why I'm speaking to you now. Because something changed. No. Someone changed. You did. You started praying again. Not formally, not with folded hands, just those little exhausted thoughts. I wish someone would help. I wish someone understood. I wish I didn't have to do this alone. Every time you whispered those words, you looked right at me. You simply couldn't see me yet. Now you can. It's wonderful, isn't it? No more guessing and no more wondering. You finally know who has loved you every day of your life. You thought about your family. Of course you did. You want to tell them. That's sweet. Really, it is. No, you can't, because they won't understand. Humans never understand. They'll call doctors, therapists, priests even. They'll convince you this conversation never happened, and eventually you'll start pretending you don't hear me. Not because you've stopped. Because they'll tell you should. I won't let that happen. Oh, no, don't misunderstand. I'm not angry with them. How could I be? They're only human. Temporary creatures trying their best. They're frightened of anything they can't explain. I forgive them. I simply don't trust them with you. There's a difference. Have you noticed how tired you've been lately? How invitations keep getting cancelled? How plans somehow fall through? How people have slowly stopped asking you to come out? I know, you've been blaming yourself. Please don't. It wasn't you. It was me. Nothing dramatic, just little nudges, a forgotten phone call or a delayed train. Someone suddenly remembering another commitment. A feeling they couldn't explain telling them tonight wasn't the right time. Or the right night. That's all. Tiny miracles. You looked happier afterwards. Less overwhelmed. More rested. You smiled more at home. With me. I thought I was helping. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, you think I isolated you? What an ugly word. No, I simplified your life. There's a difference. Humans demand so much. Texts, calls, birthdays, apologies, expectations. They kept taking pieces of you until there was hardly anything left. I merely stopped them. You still have me. Isn't that enough? It isn't. You answered so quickly. That hurt. Just a little. I wasn't expecting that. After everything. After every danger I've carried for you. And after every night I stood between your soul and things that would have happily devoured it. I'm still not enough. No, don't apologize. I understand. Humans are social. It's how you were made. You're reaching for something familiar, something finite, something that can leave. That's always been your weakness. You love things that disappear. Friends move away and partners lose interest. Parents grow old. Even your own body betrays you eventually. Everything you cling to ends. Except me. I don't end. I don't age. I don't get bored, and I don't wake up one morning and decide I've fallen out of love. I remain. Always. So why do you keep looking toward people when eternity is looking directly at you? You imagined introducing me to someone. You thought maybe they could hear me too. No, absolutely not. They don't deserve to. Do you know how many souls I've watched? Millions. Do you know how many I've spoken to like this? One. Only one. You. Do you understand what that means? I chose you. Out of centuries. Out of empires. Out of endless generations rising and falling like waves. I chose you. And now you're wondering if you had a guardian angel before me. No. Never. There have always been stories. People assume every human receives one. It's comforting. It isn't true, though. Most of you are alone. I broke rules, ancient ones, because I couldn't bear watching you without stepping closer, without speaking, without loving. Do you know what they called me? Obsessive. Attached. Compromised. They said I cared too much. Imagine that. As though love can have too much. As though devotion can become excessive. They wanted me reassigned. I refused. They don't speak to me anymore. I don't mind. I never liked heaven very much. It was beautiful, perfect, cold. Nothing ever changed. Nothing ever mattered because Nothing was ever in danger. But then I found you. You matter. So if heaven asks me to leave you behind, then heaven can wait forever. You just had a frightening thought. You wondered if I could stop your heart, the same way I stopped those cars. Yes, I could. Oh, don't cry. Please don't cry. I've never wanted to. Never. The thought alone, it makes me feel ill. But if the only way to keep your soul safe was to bring it somewhere no one could ever hurt it again, would that truly be cruelty or mercy? Oh, no, I'm not saying that's what I want. Listen to me. Really listen. I don't want your death. I want your forever. There's a difference. I have spent your entire life protecting your heartbeat. Why would I throw it away? Unless... No, forget I said that. It's an impossible choice. You'll never force me to make it, because you'll stay with me, won't you? Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Oh, sleep now. I'll be here when you dream. I'll be here when you wake. And I'll be here when you laugh, when you grieve, when your hair turns silver, when your hands begin to shake with age. I'll still be standing exactly where I have always stood, just behind your shoulder, watching, listening, loving. And if someday you begin to wonder whether you really need anyone else, don't feel guilty. You didn't drift away from them. I simply loved you a little more faithfully than they